Okay, try it again. How are you today? That's better, that's better. All right, this is pretty loud this morning too. Good. My name is Lauren Finnegan. I'm one of your city coordinators, along with Matt and Christy. Welcome to the Dallas Entrepreneur Center. Big round of applause for the deck. Thank you so much for being an amazing host and venue every single week, 9 to 10 a.m. A little bit of background information if you've never been here before. We're an educational program produced by the Kauffman Foundation to educate, engage, connect local entrepreneurs while helping build startups on a grassroots level. We'll have two presenters today. They'll have 6 minutes to pitch and then 15-minute Q&A and interactive feedback. So we really encourage you to raise your hand high, join the conversation, and then just provide that feedback. It's very helpful for our community. We do have our video going today, so that'll be ready for our YouTube channel. So be sure to subscribe to our YouTube and our Facebook. We have a newsletter that goes out every Monday. We're trying to stay on top of it and provide all that content for you and for your friends who can't come and make it. Hashtag, so please join us, provide feedback. All right, well, we're getting ready for our next presenter. Please everyone stand up, big round of applause for Sachin from EZlytix.
Good morning. My name is Sachin Mackay. I'm one of the founders of EZlytix, and I have Carl, my co-founder, sitting here in the audience. EZlytix is a cloud-based analytics as a service solution for small and mid-sized manufacturing companies. Analytics has been around for a long time. It continues to evolve from descriptive, predictive, prescriptive, big data, little data, social media, the list goes on. Unfortunately, small and mid-sized companies have not embraced analytics as much as they should have to make data-driven decisions for the company. So our goal is to provide fast, easy, and affordable analytics for small and mid-sized companies. And I want to share some of the challenges which the small and companies that they face because of which they have not adopted analytics. So before I get into this, I just want to share a quick background of my life prior to EZlytix. I used to have a consulting company, and we used to implement analytics for large organizations, $1 billion plus in revenue. The typical time frame to implement would be 12 to 14 months. We would need about 8 to 10 resources, and our consulting fees alone would be anywhere from $800 to $1 million. And there's no way small and mid-sized companies can afford that kind of spend, or they can justify the return on investment on that kind of capital investment. And that is the reason why we decided to start EZlytix. Besides the challenges that they face about huge capital investment, resources, there are certain operational challenges that small and mid-sized companies face. The data is scattered all over the place. There's very poor data management within the organizations. If they have data coming from 3 different systems, the color white is spelled like 3 different ways, and it's very difficult for them to correlate. So what we have done is provided analytics as a service. We can extract data and integrate into our cloud application. We have a self-service application where they can manage their data. We have a mini data management software part of our product. And it fits into a predefined data model where they can have access to dashboards, reports, and KPIs for their industry. And all of this, we can get them up and running in 5 days. So that is the biggest advantage that we offer. And the whole thing we offer for a price of less than 1 FTE. If a company decides to do it on their own, they would need to procure a software and hire about 3 to 4 resources, and the average spend, annual spend would be anywhere from $300,000 to $400,000. And we want to offer that for a price less than an FTE. During a discovery phase, what we found out that small and mid-sized companies, one of the biggest challenges they have is to manage their margin. Most of the CEOs and CFOs, they report their margin, but they don't have the right insights for them to manage the margin more accurately. So that is what we offer. We give them the ability to manage their margins more effectively. So the first module, part of our product, is Sales and Margin Analytics. And this allows these executives to manage their margins by customer, by sales reps, by region, by product mix. It's like a Rubik's Cube. You can slice it and dice it and look at the data in n number of dimensions you want. So this also allows them to identify new growth opportunities for them, or fire a customer which is actually not making enough margins for them. So to summarize, our goal is to offer this in under 5 days, and we are application agnostic, so we can bring in data from, irrespective of what applications you have, we can bring in the data from that application. Our self-service web application allows them to manage their data, and it's a real-time data, so you don't need technical resources. Every time you make a change in the configuration, it's all real-time. You don't need a technical resource to manage it. And since we offer it as a SaaS as a service, any custom report, KPI, dashboard you need, we do it for free, part of our subscription. So you never have to build a BI team. And in small companies, they're always working on a very lean IT staff. They don't really have a traditional BI team. So this is a perfect model for them. We also load government data that allows the companies to correlate with the outside data to see if they are capturing enough market share or not in that industry, in that region by MSA. So what we need is we are bootstrapping this right now, and we're going to continue to bootstrap. What we're looking for is early adopters. We have one early adopter where we implemented it last week, and they are in the process of using the tool for another 4 weeks. So for early adopters, we implement it for free. We give it to them for 4 weeks to use, and if they like it, we talk about subscription. If not, we just disable their account.
Thank you. So I'm going to open it up for questions and feedback. Questions?
I know you said you work in the manufacturing industry, but what prospects, if any, do you have in the healthcare space? Like a lot of small hospitals,
Right now, the module that we have is designed for manufacturing. We have additional modules in the pipeline for procurement and spend. And that is actually very more driven towards healthcare industry because they procure a lot of material. So procurement and spend and financial analytics will be more driven toward healthcare. But the current module is designed for manufacturing only and distribution.
Yeah, what kind of platform do you use for this? Two-part question. The first question is about the platform. The second is about the ability to integrate. You said you can take the data from different sources. How do you do that? How do you integrate third parties into your system to get that data?
Right. So the platform that we're using is AWS, Amazon Web Services. And we use a lot of the tools available in part of the AWS market space. And for data migration, we use the DMS services. So that is application agnostic as long as you have your data in any of the leading databases.
What are the biggest problems and challenges you're facing in your business right now?
Right now, it's education. A lot of these smaller companies, the biggest competitor that we have is spreadsheets, and they don't understand that they've outgrown spreadsheets. Spreadsheets is free, but it takes a lot of resources to put an accurate report and a dashboard to build in a spreadsheet. So right now, the biggest challenge we're facing is education.
Regarding the types of data or modules you're doing right now, I know you said you're not getting into procurement. Can you give me an example of what you're doing for manufacturing and distribution? I know of a couple companies that are focused on different pieces of that. I'm just trying to understand more of, is there a certain, which area of the small business that you're kind of focused on with either pre-built templates or, what's fitting right now?
So based on our experience, we have build about 50 plus reports that you can slice it and dice it in different ways. We take raw data, like the manufacturers, the items, the customers, the invoices. We take the data at the lowest level, so that gives them the ability to drill down to whatever level they want. And we believe in the 80-20 rule. 80% of what we provide is going to be a good fit for them, but anything that they need that is specific to their industry, their size of business, or their style of business, we're going to do it for free. And our goal is to grow by peer sourcing. So something that we deliver for client A, we're going to make a generic version of it and make it available for client B. And we're going to continue to add new reports and dashboards part of it. So since we get SaaS, they don't need to install anything. It will be available to them when we release it, and they can add it to the dashboard if they need it. Carl, do you want to add anything?
Yeah, I think. Hello. The biggest thing we're helping these companies, our goal is to increase their profitability. And that's what our entire product is trying to do. If that helps answer your question also. We're shooting at profitability.
So to continue on that question then, the team that you've built to take this product into market, 1 million cups isn't exactly your target market for manufacturing distribution clients. So what does your sales process look like? But also, in conjunction with that question, when you put data in front of people who have been using spreadsheets for the entire time that they've been working, how do you educate them on, where those numbers are for profitability, or is that already built into your platform?
Well, it is built into our platform. The way the reports and the dashboards and the KPIs that we've designed, it makes it easy for them to spot outliers within their data, within their customer base, within their product mix, because they could be selling product A and B to a customer A, and the similar customer is only buying product A from them. So this kind of helps them spot those outliers, and the salespeople can now focus on selling that product B to that same type of customers. And another question you asked about our sales process. Right now we are reaching out to people within our network, and we have partnered with Garland Chamber of Commerce because they have about 350 manufacturing companies in Garland. So they are helping us promoting our product within their manufacturing base.
My question is, I'm a data scientist, so I'm kind of trying to understand. There are softwares out there like Jump and all, which are easy to do analytics. So how is your software better than?
I'm sorry, which product you referred to?
SaaS Jump.
SaaS Jump, yeah. So there are, again, SaaS Jump, it's a tool. Similar to, we have, it's just a visualization tool, and there are 50 plus visualization tools like Tableau, Click, but all those tools, it's not going to work out of the box. You still need to put a team together in order to create the data model, the reports, the dashboards, and I have implemented using Tableau, and it takes about 6 to 8 months for us to use that tool. So visualization tool is just a small piece of what our solution is.
With Jump, you can still do a lot of analytics. So
no, but you still have to build your own data model.
Right.
And you still have to, and there are a lot of challenges in the data. The data is bad. What you feed in is what you're going to see out. So that is why we have a web application that actually helps them do master data management as well.
So do you have a free trial?
Yeah.
Can I just explore it?
Well, we can give you a demo, and we can give you access to it, but that access will be with our data. But if you want to use it with your data, we can use your data and get it up and running also in 5 days. See a hand go up here.
More questions? Feedback?
What motivated you to go from the $5 billion companies to doing small businesses?
Can you repeat the question?
What motivated you from going from the $5 billion companies to doing small businesses?
Well, multiple things. One is I'm passionate about analytics, and I wanted to offer analytics to every business users to make data-driven decisions. Second, working for larger companies, the sales cycle was very long, and it involves a lot of travel, and I wanted to avoid travel. I've been traveling for 15 years, Monday through Thursday, and I wanted to cut down on travel, so I decided to build a product company, and this is, since it's a SaaS, it's an annuity-based, subscription-based model.
Feedback, questions? So one last question. What can this community do for you?
Well, I'm looking for opportunities where I can go present and educate, and if there is any introductions that they can make. And we're also looking for active partnerships with channel partners like management consulting firms, managed service providers, because they actually work with the same kind of companies that we want to go after. So any introductions to those kind of companies would be very helpful.
Great. Can we get a round of applause for EZlytix?